The Good Dinosaur has always been about growth and friendship, but mainly about trying to get through your fears, and not only that you can't overcome it, but that you could find a way to survive it. And this relationship between a dinosaur and this little boy has always been at the heart of this thing, trying to find a way to have Arlo, our main dinosaur, become a man, and how this little dog helps him do that.
Arlo is a 10-year-old Apatosaurus who is a fearful character but has a big heart. He loves his family, but he's born fearful, and he goes on a journey that really kind of transforms his life.
Many things happen to Arlo that push him to kind of face his fears. This whole movie has been basically about, Arlo taking each step through maturity. To mature, and in those tests, it's been about facing his fears. What's funny is that in making this film, I felt like I was going through the same things that Arlo was going through, where there were times where I was afraid, but then always trying to find ways to get through it. So because of, you love these characters, you love the world, and you find a way. Arlo faces great obstacles from Mother Nature and other characters that he meets through the movie. And all of them kind of revolving around that theme of fear and how it can stop you internally and how it can literally stop you externally. And his relationship with Spot, this little dog, he always finds a way to get through because of him. Spot is a little human boy that's been kind of lost out in the wilderness, but we've been playing him very much like a dog. And he doesn't speak any language. He's tenacious, he's brave, he's a survivor, and he finds Arlo, the dinosaur, and he really becomes a catalyst for Arlo's change and his growth.
Nature is the antagonist in The Good Dinosaur. On the journey that Arlo and Spot go on a journey, and they face many kind of obstacles along the way. We went on amazing research in Wyoming, and we were really struck by the sort of duality of the environment. It was on one hand beautiful, and on the other hand extremely dangerous. So these characters confront both small and large obstacles that Mother Nature sort of puts in front of them along the journey.
Something that I feel like that's been really unique about the look of this film has been the landscapes and how we've been treating nature in the film. We've been really pushing for it to be alive in ways that you may have not seen before. It is a kind of more realistic take on nature, but it's been pushed that way so that you can feel the threats and the danger of that world. But also Arlo himself is not that realistic. He's more stylized, but that's all been trying to find the boy in that dinosaur, so that when the two of them kind of live together, you feel like Arlo doesn't belong there, and so that he can slowly learn to survive that world, and then maybe like begin to feel that they're kind of connected. But the breadth of the world, we've been pushing really hard to find, great scope to the film, great beauty to the film, and trying to find a way to balance that poetic beauty with, the harsh realities of nature, and hopefully that tone will come through in the film. We did a lot of research on this film, and it really started off with Denise Ream, our producer, kind of kicking it off, wanting all of us to kind of get lost. I'm from New York City. I had never been out into that world until, 2 years ago. And we went into the Wyoming hills and into Oregon, and really were blown away by the kind of soul-enriching vistas that were out there. And then not only that, the people out there it would change my life. I couldn't believe how pure and loving everyone that we met were.
Yeah, research is really important in Pixar films because it helps us create sort of believable and authentic characters, which I think is really important just for people to sort of identify with and feel believable.
Yeah. At Pixar, I've been there for 15 years, and with everyone that I would meet and everyone that I would work with, they put 100% of who they are inside these films. And the characters in this film of The Good Dinosaur reflect that, and in every aspect. in their relationship, we worked really hard to try to make something that was emotional and that was truthful in how Arlo grows. And at the same time, they go through a great adventure that is full of fun, full of intense moments and full of beautiful moments that we all at Pixar love in our movies. That it's kind of all about life, the ups and downs of it. And so we worked really hard to try to put as much of that in there, and hopefully people will feel that when they see the film.
Yeah, it was really important for the characters to feel believable and authentic. And often when we were making the film, we wanted to make sure that it really did feel real, like when we were just ourselves sitting down and watching the movie, that, do I feel something in my heart? And that's what we sort of used as our guide when we were making the film, was do I believe this?
Yeah.
Do I feel something? And that's hopefully, other people will feel that as well.
Yeah. The pet collector is a character in the movie that Arlo meets that is kind of based on who Arlo might have been 20 years down the road. The pet collector is a styracosaur, and what that type of dinosaur is he's got a huge crest, lots of horns on it, and on each one of his horns they act as shelves for all these collection of animals that he's got on them. And they're all his kind of protector talismans, because he believes that the world is terrifying and that everyone that he would meet should feel the same way, so he has these animals to protect him from there. And I voiced the character. I don't know why they maybe I'm full of fear that they could buy into it, but...
No, what happened was when Pete was pitching, we do a lot of pitches of sequences to our executive producers, the other directors at Pixar, and Pete pitched the concept of the pet collector to John Lasseter in a very, very funny way. And John basically stopped in the middle of the pitch and said, "You're going to be the pet collector in the English version of the film." And John actually directed Pete.
Yeah, that was really fun.
In the performance, so it was really fun.